True humility is the gateway to mystical understanding and expansion. It really is. So let me break it down for you about true humility. And this was hard one for me, and I'm so glad that I can see it now. If we think that we're better than or less than someone else, then we don't have true humility. True humility is a level playing field. True humility is when we realize that we are one with everyone and that we are completely and totally unique, and yet we're the same. We're one, we're the same, and we're completely and totally unique. That's when we have true humility. When we have true humility, then we can see that we are lovable, and so is everyone else. That no one is left out of the lovability factor. So here's the thing. If you think someone is better than you, if you think someone is less than you, well, first of all, that's pure ego, because who are you to say that anything is less than or better than you? When all is one, how can there be the levels if all is one? So this is the thing, is our mind is working so hard to separate, to sort, right? And to understand, to comprehend, and to create the separation, the distance that feels comfortable. So one of the ways that we do that is we say, oh, they're better than me, or, oh, I'm better than them. It doesn't matter. Even if I'm the best chef in the whole world, and everybody thinks so, still there's probably somebody that could make a pumpkin pie better than me, even though I might be the best chef all around. I mean, the ego is never satisfied if we're going to be into comparisons. Comparisons just lead to misery and suffering. Why compare and contrast? Really, why do that? Why spend a lot of time analyzing who's better and who's best? Does it really matter? Is that a good use of our time and energy? I don't think so. Now, here's what I discovered. Once I was willing to really cultivate true humility and give up every place in my life where I liked the idea of being better or less than anyone else, then I was able to actually cultivate real self-love. And just accept me as I truly am, and be kind to myself, and patient with myself, and generous with myself, and compassionate with myself. Truly, authentically, unconditionally loving. So when I first started this spiritual journey, that was my number one goal. Because when I started, I didn't like myself. I had this deep-seated self-hatred. You can call it guilt, you can call it whatever you want, but it felt like self-hatred to me. And I wasn't walking around thinking about all of the time, but it was in there. It was driving and motivating a lot of my choices. And one day, I remember it so clearly, I walked into the closet in my bedroom. And as I flipped on the light switch, it was a big closet, you could walk inside of it. And as I flipped on the light switch in the closet, I heard in my mind, I hate you. And I immediately thought, oh, that's not good. That needs to be addressed. I can't just let that go. I had never heard it so plainly and clearly. And you know why I was able to hear it on that day? Because I had started meditating. I had started meditating because I was interested in knowing my true identity. And so it had to come into my awareness that I had this deep-seated self-hatred, so I could bring it to the light, right? So I set the intention right then to learn to love myself unconditionally, exactly as I am. Right now, today. I set that intention, and that became the most important thing in my life for the entire next year. And I thought, oh, it's going to take me years and years and years to get to the place where I could actually say that I love myself, or I appreciate myself, or even that I like myself. Even though, in a lot of ways, I was so egotistical then. But within a year, I could authentically say that I loved myself. Was it unconditional? I wasn't quite there. It's taken me many years to get there. However, now that I mostly reside in that space, I can see that I have the humility to know that I'm not better than anyone else. I'm really not. And no one else is better than me. We are all one. And that's what lights me up. For me, it is so much more exciting to really know that I am one with my brothers and sisters than it ever was to feel like I was better than anyone else. You know why? Because even if you believe that you're better than everyone else, and even if everybody agrees with you, and surveys says, 9 out of 10 people are absolutely convinced that you're better than them, you will know in your heart every minute that it just ain't true. And it's never going to be true, because we're one. Everyone's unique, we're the same, and we're one. So true humility is tied to self-love. And it's also tied to understanding the oneness. They come in a package. Humility, self-love, and understanding the oneness of all life. So this is why I say true humility and self-love are the gateway to true mystical expansion. Many spiritual seekers are running all over, taking workshops and classes and reading books, and they are not doing the practices that allow them to heal any sense of otherness and unworthiness and egotistical comparisons, when they could just be developing true humility and self-love. You've got to value it. You've got to value it. You've got to see that that's worth developing. You can have all the spiritual information in the world. You can have the recipe for levitating and turning lead into gold and manifesting your soulmate and winning the lottery and all that stuff. And it's not worth anything if you don't have true humility. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Go for it. You can have true humility and self-love. Absolutely. Go for it. If you like this video, please let me know. Hit the like button. Make a comment. Share at Facebook. I love you. Thank you.